Okay, so an update on the 93 Sunbird here. We've removed all the electronics, and I've cleaned them off with electronic cleaner and degreaser, and they've all come actually pretty clean. That's the map sensor there, the TPS. I've cleaned all those. Don't know if you can really see it so well, but the connectors are clean in there now, the pins. And then two of the vacuum pieces here as well. I got attacked by some bugs and wildlife out here. So I've also taken out all these pieces of the old gasket, which disintegrated. I got the old gasket sitting over there for the valve cover, and they all fell down inside, and it's causing it to clack real bad. So I removed all the big pieces I can get. I'm sure there's probably still a couple down in there. Maybe I'll try to get with the screwdriver, but you know, do what you can. I see I've taken everything apart here, cleaned the fuel, cleaned the injectors. They're all clean now, and everything's snug and tight. So I also have the idle adjuster screw off, which you really should not need to adjust, but worst case scenario, since the guy doesn't want to spend too much money on it, we can turn up the idle a little bit, and that'll allow it to drive it until whenever, and then hopefully I'll be able to get it and rebuild her. So also clean the intake a little bit there. Multi-port fuel injection. I may unthread these and spray some throttle cleaner in there and whatnot. See what we can do. There's another vacuum that probably will clean out too, because that one might be a little shitty. And you can see my bucket full of nasty water there. Oh, here's some pieces that were inside the valve cover. I'll show you that here. Also looks like the Pcv valve is clogged. I did find out that one of these cables, I believe it was this one, was clogged and it was not allowing vacuum to flow through it, so that's definitely an issue. I took off the valve cover, cleaned it up. These pieces fit down inside of here once you get the screens, which I left inside the bucket. So it goes something like that when we get to that point. Oh, you get the idea anyways. Something like that. When I put it back together, and I cleaned out all the other vacuum lines and the intake, or the air intake too for the filter, that was dirty as well. So that's cleaner now. Looks better. Still got a little grease on it, but better than it was. And this is the Pcv valve is sitting in here. And as you can hear, you should be able to hear it click real well. It's only doing it every once in a while. I shake it real violently. I should be able to shake it like this and have it go click, 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 click. And that would mean your Pcv valve is good. This one is clearly full of gunk and seized again. So that's also an issue for your vacuum and idle too. So I'm thinking that may have been the issue. Something might have just gotten thrown up, clogged up in there finally. But camshafts look pretty good. They're a little beat up. They're not too bad. So we'll assemble her here and see how it goes. You're gonna need a Torx bit to get the IAC valve and your TPS out. You will need that. I can't remember offhand what size it is, but I'll look here once I get it together. I just lost one of the little pieces under that stupid overflow tank. Alright, I'm going to start some reassembly here. I also ordered the valve cover gasket too. There's two for this vehicle. There's a cork one and there's a rubber gasket. The cork one is $5.99. It'll work, but it is a crappier gasket. I don't recommend using it. The rubber is much better. It's $15.99. You spend a little bit more money, but if you remember earlier on this motor, the oil leakage back here, that was because that gasket there is a cork gasket, and they're just junk. They tear very easily, and they're just crap. The rubber gives you a little bit better of a cushion, something to seal a little better. So, and with heat, you know, rubber will survive longer than cork will. Cork will get hard and crack, which is exactly what that did. And then pieces fell down in here, so that's definitely a problem. So I'd recommend getting the rubber gasket. Okay, so I'm starting to reassemble the vacuum lines. I got this one that goes off the EGR valve, does a little loop. This one was already attached. This one came off the bottom of the intake. This one here on top goes up underneath on there. This goes under there, and then that goes to your map sensor. This is a coolant one. Remember, the two sensors go here. So I'm believing that this one goes here with it, like so. And then then I have an elbow here that connects up underneath to get a 90-degree bend to that. So that's where we're at so far with that. Hooking up those, we'll put the map sensor back. Oh no, before we do the map sensor, we'll put the TPS sensor back. Actually, that's got to be done first, just for sake of space. Make sure you do that.